Good morning. It's morning of day 4, and we decided to get a cheap motel last night. We ended up pulling a 12-hour day. Did about close to 700 kilometers, and it was headwind all the way to the hotel. We were pretty tired fighting the wind and covered a good amount of ground.
This is the view from our room. We picked this one so that we could see our bikes down there. There have been people making noise since 5:30 this morning, and we went to bed at 2:30. So we did not get much sleep last night.
It's not a bad room. TV my grandpa probably still owns, and a bathroom down there in the corner, which was actually pretty clean. It was just all redone. It was a good place to charge all our electronics too. I bought an external hard drive, so I had to back up all our footage for the first 3 days onto the hard drive.
Right now we're in Uppsala, Ontario, just having a quick break. Bit of beef jerky and Gatorade. As you can see, it's pretty gloomy out today. It was freezing last night. It was 2 degrees Celsius.
We just arrived at a cool point on our road anyways. It says you are crossing the 90th longitude west and are entering Central Standard Time Zone. Quick little break for us, and we're back on our way, and we're trying to make it to Winnipeg today from Thunder Bay. It's over 700 kilometers. We'll keep you updated.
What's the name of this place? Equala? We stopped for lunch in Ignis, Ontario. We just stopped for a quick bite on the side of the road. It looks pretty good. Food, gas, water, back on the road. We've only done 100 kilometers since the last fill up, but since they have pay at the pump and Supreme gas, it definitely seems worth it to stop.
As we progressed in northern Ontario, it was quite funny to see the population signs. They went from roughly 1,200 people down to 100. That's the smallest one we saw. I think it was 103. It just kept going down and down and down until we got to Manitoba.
We kept planning to make our stops quick when we would eat, fuel up, and use the bathroom. But our bikes always attracted someone to come over and ask us what kind of bikes we had, where we were from, and where we were going. Even people that didn't ride motorcycles were curious and came over to say hi. One 73-year-old man came over to speak to Sebastian and told him that this was the best thing we could have done, and thought it was amazing that we were doing it together. He said that life and time got in the way for him and his friends. Years kept passing by, and they never got to live their dream of going on a big motorcycle adventure like we were doing right now. We met so many different people along the way. It was really amazing. We made it to Manitoba. 2,000 kilometers later, we're finally in the next province, out of Ontario and into Manitoba. Much of the wilderness here is protected with more than 80 provincial parks. There's hiking, biking, canoeing, camping, and fishing that are all popular here. Manitoba's landscape consists of lakes, rivers, mountains, forests, prairies. They stretch from the northern Arctic tundra to Hudson Bay in the east and the southern farmland. Watch up ahead, we're about to see wildlife.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Do you know where the, is that one right there? Gas station?
Gas station?
Right there, yeah.
Where are you guys from?
Ottawa, we're heading to BC.
Oh, nice. These are KLRs, eh?
DR650, Suzuki.
Oh, Suzuki's.
Yeah.
I like them.
Yep.
they're nice. I got my KLR 650 here.
It's nice, yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Good.
Where are you off to?
Tonight, Winnipeg, and we're going to Grand Prairie, and then up north, back down to Quesnel, Kelowna, Banff, and all that.
Oh, wow. So you're gone for a couple weeks?
Probably closer to a month.
Nice. Enjoy.
Yep, thank you. Perfect, that's not too far.
That's more like it. Trade the boat for the bikes. Where are you guys coming from?
Ottawa.
Awesome, awesome. How's the ride?
Frickin' windy.
Yeah, today.
It's been a headwind the whole time.
I did Toronto to here in one day on my sport bike. But yeah, awesome, awesome. How far are you guys going?
BC.
So are you going back to number one, or are you going to take this through?
Back to the one, yeah, going
This is a
to...
beautiful ride, but it adds probably half hour.
Yeah, we're gonna head Winnipeg and then up north towards Grand
Yellowhead.
Prairie.
Are you going to take the Yellowhead through?
I have no idea.
We're only looking about a day ahead.
Okay, awesome, awesome. The Yellowhead's a nicer ride. Like the Saskatchewan run is shit, no matter what.
Yeah,
It's just highway straight. Awesome. Have a good ride, guys.
Thank you.
thank you.
We had only been here for 5 minutes and we had already met 4 different people that were really friendly and nice. 2 of them off camera. So we made it to Manitoba. We're on our way to Winnipeg. We have about half hour left to get there. We had to stop to wipe our shields on the helmet. As you can see, they just got splattered in the last 15 minutes. So we're just going to clean these off as we're getting eaten by mosquitoes, and then get back on the highway and get to Winnipeg just as it's getting dark. So this is the morning of day 5. We're just trying to get ready to hit the highway again. Last night as we were getting into just outside Winnipeg, Manitoba, my headlight was dangling down. I'm not sure when it broke. We had stopped earlier and it was fine. What
It sheared
broke it?
right off. I thought it was where I drilled a hole, it'd be the weak point, but it actually broke right off. And this is supposed to go like this.
We just took the bracket for the reflector off, and it's just going to rest up there like it did last night.
The views in Manitoba were endless. Some people think it's flat, but we quite enjoyed that portion of the trip.
The road is surprisingly smooth and flat.
It's like riding on glass.
The road condition itself is way better than what we have in Ontario. Actually, the further north we got in Ontario, the smoother the roads got, the higher the gas prices went. And now that we're on the Manitoba side, finally the prices are starting to come down. This is the cheapest place we've filled up so far. It's an Esso station. We've had a lot of people coming to talk to us every time we stop. They ask us if we're from Alaska or what we're doing or if it's a KLR. We're hoping to do Manitoba in one day today, get to Saskatchewan, which seems very doable. It's going very well today. It's about 2 in the afternoon. We've done about 200 kilometers so far.
We made it to Lake Manitoba. It's extremely windy, but it's a beautiful place. The water has this green color to it. It's pretty weird and nice to see. There's another part of the lake on the other side of the road. That's the main road. I'm gonna try to go on the other side later, but this is the view from here. There's a small marina, a bridge, and then it just goes all the way around. Our 2 trusty DRs. So far we've traveled over 2,500 kilometers and no breakdowns or anything. Still doing good. We're gonna need 2 rear tires when we get to British Columbia. But otherwise, really happy with the bike. Of course, when it's windy, you get thrown around a bit, but hers, the Summer's tire is about halfway down. And mine's the stock trail wing on the back, and it's wearing a bit faster. There's a Pelican. Says there's a historic site here. We're gonna go check it out.
Why would they have one side?
We are in Roblin, Ontario. No, sorry. We are in Roblin, Manitoba, and this is the last city of the province.
We're heading to Yorkton, and we have 36 kilometers left, and we will be in Saskatchewan today, day 5.